Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Today we're going to take a look at one of the new Freightliners that we have on the market. This is a 2023 Freightliner M2 106. The conversion is Summit Hauler. Now, as we come around and look at it from the side view, you'll notice that we do have it hooked up to the trailer that CJ just presented. And when you take a look at it, you might think, man, that's kind of a big truck for that trailer. Do we really need one like that? Well, let's get into that. If you're using this trailer a lot, you're going to shows all over the country, or doing things coast to coast, border to border, yeah, this is very handy. And here are the reasons why. First and foremost is safety. Because if you're traveling that much, obviously the chances of something happening are higher. So from a safety standpoint, compare it to a 1-ton pickup, just share the size and mass of it is an advantage. Because if we are in an accident, our chances of walking away from this are substantially higher. Second of all, the brakes. This is air brakes compared to hydraulics from a pickup. One thing you'll notice is this will stop a lot shorter and crisper than a pickup truck will. So that's an advantage there. As we take a look at this truck, and we'll start from the back and work our way up, we see it comes with 2 storage compartments. There's a smaller one in back. And as we take a look in the front one, we see it's diamond plated, plus it comes with a connection for an air hose. And I think that's an item people use more than they think they originally going to. Obviously you can air up a tire if we need to, but in addition to that, you can help keep the cab clean by getting a chuck on there that'll simply blow all of the dirt out, and use it in terms of that as well. Underneath here is the trickle charger. If we are in our travels and we want to leave the lights on at night, we can simply plug that in. That assists the batteries in maintaining power. Under here is one of 2 50-gallon fuel tanks. The other one is on the opposite side. So as the truck is sitting in rest as it is now, that fuel balances itself out. However, when you go to fuel up your truck, you're going to want to do that independently. Beside it is a 6-gallon DEF tank. Data is showing about 350 miles per 1 gallon of DEF. Block heater located under here. People that live in cold climates can simply plug that truck in using that. As we come on around and take a look from the front, and we'll start at the ground and work our way up. Tow hooks located right in the middle. We notice that the bumper is actually broken into 3 sections. So if we are in an accident and we ding part of it up, we can simply replace that section without having to do the entire bumper. We come on up and see an aftermarket grille, simply to dress the truck up a little bit. Above that, as we focus in on the hood, that is made of compressed fiberglass. It's extremely tough. We had a hailstorm come through that demolished the pickups, and by taking a look at the Freightliners, you really couldn't tell anything had happened. On up to the windshield, 2,500 square inches of glass. It's that, coupled with the fact that we are already above traffic, makes visibility simply outstanding. And finally, we see a row of orange lights running across the very top. Next, we'll take a look under the hood. That is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 360 horsepower and roughly 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. Now I realize that they're able to make pickups that can tow a substantial amount of weight. There's no denying that. But at the end of the day, it's still a pickup. So if you compare, say, the size of a 6.6 or a 6.7 liter engine compared to this, the longevity and durability fall here. Now I did some research, and the average pickup, 1-ton diesel, gets approximately 250 to 300,000 miles of lifetime. This truck, if properly taken care of, should easily hit 750,000 miles. This is the fuel water separator located here. If we do leave lights on or something happens and we need to jump start the vehicle, we can actually jump start it right there. The batteries are located underneath the back seat. As we come on in and take a look at the tires, those are Michelin 255 80 R22.5s. A unique thing about the Summit hauler conversion is this additional drum that's installed. Those are tire balancers. Those come with BBs and a little bit of hydraulic fluid. So as you pick up speed and as you gain momentum, that balances the entire rotating mass. Therefore, accomplishes three things. One, it's safer if everything is balanced. Second of all, it makes for a more comfortable ride. And thirdly, it will extend tire life up to 40%. Both the driver and passenger seat are air ride. Those adjustments made right here. This is for the lumbar system, so that lets air in and out of the back of the seat. The seats can be heated as well. You notice right below the steering wheel, we find a little pedal. That is to adjust the steering wheel while sitting in the driver's seat. Finally, it comes with a kill switch located here. Chances are, whoever purchases this truck isn't going to use it for a daily driver just to run around town with. So by having that kill switch in there, if you get into the practice of shutting that off when you're done driving for the day, that will actually prolong the life of the batteries if the truck sits a month or two in between uses. The back seat can be made down into a bed simply by pushing a button. I have checked with the DOT, and that does qualify as a bed. In addition, if we're making those long journeys we talked about and we simply get tired, all we got to do is drop that down, jump in the back seat for a couple hours and take a little nap, and we're good to go again. Now as we focus on the bed of the truck, it runs with 4-inch rails running along each side. And as you can see, we have it hooked up to a gooseneck trailer. It comes with that gooseneck ball already. With that being said, a high percentage of my customers purchase the Hensley hitch. So that is a hitch that is on airbags, so it's basically an air suspension. It's also known as the trailer saver. So what that enables us to do as we're traveling, we're not going to feel every little bump in the road, but perhaps more importantly, it will extend the life of the trailer. As we take a look from the front, the backup camera is located directly in the center. As we come on down, the bed is diamond plated and we see 2 holes already pre-drilled. If you are in need of another storage box, we can simply have one built for you. And we have a couple of options. We can either send it directly to your location, or with enough notice, we can have that attached and ready for you at the time of delivery. We notice that a trough is cut out right here. Multiple trade-ins I've seen with this beat up. So by cutting this trough out, that eliminates any damage to the truck. The lights are hooked up here. As we come down, we see this is for the Voyager system. That's the same system that the backup camera uses. So if you're in need of more cameras, you simply hook them up there. Finally, as we go down, we see a hitch for a bumper pull. As we come on through and admire the truck from this side, another thing that the Summit hauler conversion does, which a lot of the competition doesn't, is put extra weight over the rear end. There's an extra 700 to 800 pounds back there. Well, why do we do that? Well, as we take a look from the side, obviously the truck isn't balanced, right? There's more weight in the front than there is the back. So by putting extra weight over that rear end accomplishes a couple of things. You're not going to be bouncing as you're going down the road. It helps with hydroplaning in terms of traction. In addition to that, if you find yourself in mud, that really assists you in getting out of it. The Freightliner warranty is 2 years, unlimited miles. It's 5 years, unlimited miles on the transmission, and 3-year, 36,000 miles on the conversion. As we take a look inside the passenger seat, again, this seat is air ride. The same adjustments on the other side. This truck comes with a carbon fiber trim. Under here gives us access to the cab air filters. As we move on back to the back seat, this view really enables us to see how much room and space is available in this truck. That, in addition to the softest, most comfortable seats on the market today, really makes those long journeys very comfortable. Now let's go ahead and crawl on in and take a closer look. Now, as we take a look directly in front of us, this simply confirms what you and I were visiting about on the outside. You see how we are already above traffic? So we're able to look right over the little Ford Escort right in front of us. Plus, we have this large amount of glass, so we can see what's coming on the sides as well. The backup camera is located right here, right next to the air horn. Now, as we come down and take a look at the dash, there's only a couple of them that really need pointed out. It comes with two for air. The top one is primarily brakes. The second one also has a little bit to do with the brakes, but in addition to that, monitors the other air that's involved. You know, the air in the bed, air in the cabin, all of that is monitored with that. As we come down, this is the engine brake, so that's an important one. If we compare it to just an exhaust brake on a pickup, if we have a heavy load and we're coming down a sharp decline, we're going to want to turn that to high, because in this individual case, you actually have 360 horses coming back at you. Consequently, it will slow everything down, making things safer for you and your family and the other drivers on the road as well. Red arc trailer brake adjustment can be made right here. It's an automatic transmission. Right now we're in neutral with the brake on. But when we're ready to start, simply release the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and we're on our way. It can be turned into a manual transmission simply by pressing the mode button. And then you can either increase or decrease the gears as you're in them. These arrows also serve another function. If you press them both at the same time, when the truck is running, It's going to tell you what's going on underneath the hood. It'll let you know the transmission health, if there's any code, percent oil life, a lot of information you can get while you're in your travels simply by pushing those two arrows. Cruise control located up here. Intermittent marker lights located there. Traction control. This locks the differential. This is rear air conditioning, so you want to press that to blue, turn the fan on, blows cold air into the back of the cab. Conversely, in the winter, you can press that to red, which will push hot air into the back. Stinger radio. Here's mirror heaters. This is the dump valve, so that lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. You would use that when hooking up your trailer. Let all the air out, utilize your backup camera, makes hooking up a trailer very simple. Light test button located here. By pressing that, all the lights on the outside light up. Therefore, you can check it just one person in a pre-trip inspection. Climate control located there. Cup holders here, and as we open up the console, we see more than adequate storage room inside. So as we review, this is a 2023 Freightliner M2 106. If you have any other questions, please reach out to me at 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com, or for more information, simply click on the link below. Thanks for tuning in today.